Well, we are waking up to another day of extreme heat here in Colorado. Sunday's temps were no joke. Boulder's airport hit 104, marking the city's hottest day since 1954. Fort Collins was just 1 degree short of its hottest temp ever. It hit 102 there. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Sam Shocker in for Corey Rose.
And I'm Drew Carney. Yesterday's Rockies game, by the way, featured the second hottest temperature at the start of a home game in team history, 99 degrees at first pitch. Hot for the players, of course, and hot for the fans.
It was very toasty to say the least. This was just to keep cool throughout the game, but really it turned into a weapon. At the end of the day, it did keep us cool.
So this morning we have all the info you need to keep yourself safe today because it's going to be hot once again today. We also have information on places you can go to beat the heat and signs of heat illness to keep an eye out for. In the meantime, we want to bring it over to Katie LaSalle. Another Rockies game tonight, Katie. You're saying 100 degrees today, which tells me it's still going to be hot at first pitch.
By 1 p.m. today, we're expecting a high of 100. So yes, another afternoon of very high heat. Heat advisories have been issued again for the metro area. Some smoky skies, though, this morning as we give you a live look from our Horsetooth Reservoir. We have some changes which will quickly arrive to Colorado, dropping temperatures. But this morning, it is very smoky in spots as you give you a live look outside from Lookout Mountain, and temperatures have not cooled off too much. We're in the low 70s right now, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies for morning. Peaks of sunshine this afternoon, 10 o'clock already at 90 degrees. We'll hit around 100, the expected high by 1 p.m. So again, stay cool, hydrate, limit time outdoors, find AC, shade in the sun. Grand Junction getting to 104, and then you can see 80s and even low 90s in the mountains. Heat advisories issued. They'll be in effect until at least 6 o'clock tonight. That includes the I-25 corridor from the Springs to Pueblo and east out west in Grand Junction as well. Your weather headlines. We do have a few gusty thunderstorms and showers here and there, low risk of severe weather. I'll break down Futurecast momentarily, but for tomorrow, you're saying I'm over these triple digits, around 20 degrees cooler, highs only around 80 degrees for Tuesday. Sam.
I am over it, Katie. Heads up, the Denver Zoo will be opening earlier today, or early because of this heat. You can go as early as 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. It usually doesn't open until 9. Outdoor animal demonstrations and several other attractions, including the Zoo Railroad, will wrap up by noon. This is the third time that this year that the zoo has had to extend its hours because of this high heat. Brianna.
And here in our traffic impact center, we do have a crash that's taking place right now along Evergreen Parkway and County Road 66. So earlier this morning, these two police officers that are on scene right now, they were actually blocking all lanes, but it looks like they just moved everything to that right shoulder. And you can kind of see those officers right now walking through that grassy area. Now, we are getting reports that this is a crash, but I'm not seeing any of the vehicles that were involved. So it's unclear exactly if these vehicles are sitting in that grassy area, if that's where that crash took place and just kind of veered off the roadway here. But this is happening again for anyone out in Evergreen. Here in the Denver metro area, we're also tracking another crash. If we switch things over to our main maps, this is happening along 6th Avenue, just west of I-225. So you are going to see delays this morning if you're taking those east and westbound lanes.
All right, thanks, Brianna. This morning, the Adams County Sheriff's Office is looking for a teenager who's been missing since last Thursday. Deputies say 14-year-old Aaliyah Sanchez, you see her right there on your screen, was last seen in the area of 47th and Leaf Court here in Denver. That's a little outside Commerce City and just a few blocks away from where the National Western Stock Show takes place. Aaliyah has freshly dyed red hair. She's believed to be wearing a black T-shirt. Anyone with information should contact the Adams County Sheriff's Office at that number we have right there on your screen.
Firefighters kept a garage fire from spreading to a home in Loveland Sunday evening. This happened in the area of Silverleaf Drive and Madison Avenue just before 5 o'clock. When crews got to the scene, they found flames were confined to the garage. Firefighters quickly brought the fire under control and stopped it from spreading to the rest of the house. The cause of the fire is now under investigation.
Firefighters raced to a house fire on Pueblo's north side Sunday night after learning several pets were trapped inside. The Pueblo Fire Department had to rescue 7 puppies and a pet rat and also gave some of the animals CPR and oxygen because of smoke inhalation. Unfortunately, not all the animals in that house were able to make it out. 2 adult dogs and 1 puppy died in the fire. No people or firefighters were hurt. The Pikes Peak Humane Society is now caring for the surviving puppies as investigators work to figure out what started the fire. Yesterday, crews in Ouray brought in heavy equipment to repair dirt roads. There's been a lot of activity and high traffic there as fire crews have responded to the Gold Mountain fire. That, of course, can lead to a lot of wear and tear. The Gold Mountain fire we know has burned more than 39,000 acres, but it is 72% contained. Crews in Archuleta had the opportunity to lower the fire risk to nearby homes on Saturday night as they continue to battle the Rio Blanco fire. That one has been burning downslope. Lightning started the fire last Tuesday. It's only 10% contained and has burned over 1,000 acres south of Pagosa Springs.
When it comes to fighting wildfires, technology is a real game changer, but before it even gets to that point, it's all about early detection. Officials in Douglas County have been turning to their technology toolkit to do just that. The sheriff's office has responded to 98 wildfires so far this year. That's the most that they've seen in 6 years. Officials say technology played a key role in the response to the Penley fire near Sedalia last weekend, when AI-powered cameras and 911 calls helped them quickly identify the fire and dispatch resources.
These cameras work by identifying smoke based on an AI software algorithm, and they're trained to identify wildfire smoke specifically. When that happens, they send alerts to all first responders that show us exactly where that is usually, and what is going on with that fire, what that smoke column looks like, and where it is.
The AI camera network used in Douglas County is part of a partnership between Xcel Energy and California-based Pano AI. According to Xcel, the company plans to have 135 Pano AI stations operating statewide by the end of the year.
Xcel Energy is moving forward with plans to bury roughly 70 miles of power lines across the state as part of wildfire mitigation efforts. Construction is already underway near 75th Street and Lookout Road east of Boulder. Work is expected to begin later this year along the Highway 93 corridor between Boulder and Golden. That project will move about 17 miles of power lines underground. Xcel says this can help reduce the risk of wildfires caused by downed power lines, but the company also says it's just not practical to bury every line because it costs about 4 times more than building lines above the ground. Xcel says this is the first time that the company is putting lines under the ground specifically as part of its wildfire mitigation plan.
We have historically placed distribution lines underground for aesthetic reasons. So about 50% of our distribution system is already underground. What's new is that we're now doing it as a part of our wildfire mitigation plan specifically to mitigate the risk of wildfire ignition.
It's estimated that the Highway 93 project will cost about $68 million. Meanwhile, the city of Denver is responding to accusation from a business owner who says the city's bus rapid transit project made severe flooding on East Colfax Avenue even worse on Friday.
Yeah, the flooding caused significant damage to Squire Lounge, and the owner says he now has a big mess to clean up. The owner spoke with 9 News. He told us his bar took on about 3 feet of water into the basement during Friday's storm. He believes one issue is drainage problems caused by the BRT project. Denver's Transportation and Infrastructure Department responded today saying a connection between the project and the flooding at the business has not been confirmed. They say the area the owner is talking about is capped with concrete and not likely the source of the flooding. Dottie, however, says it will investigate the area further.